This is an Evergreen Media Network studio production.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. Keith McDonald. I'm here with Mike Carano. Are you still Mike Carano? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And we're here with Steve Charbonneau and Todd Byron. Welcome back, guys.
Hey.
What's up?
And we talk about classic cars, and we are on the air every weekend on Saturdays at 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 p.m. on WAXE, which is 107.9 FM and 1370 AM. And every week we talk about classic cars.
Where do we stream, Jess? Where do we stream? YouTube?
The Evergreen Media Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Vimeo live stream.
There you go.
Vimeo, too. Okay.
So what else you got going?
We got to get on Rumble.
What else you got going over there?
Well, we got one more story. Actually, two. I'm sorry. They had the Detroit Autorama this weekend, which is one of the bigger car shows in the country, and the Riddler Award, which is given out to the best custom-made car, hand-built car, not necessarily hand-built, but the best customized car in the country, which they all vote on. The 1953 Chevrolet Corvette built by Kindig Design wins the Riddler Award for the 2024 Detroit Autorama. So,
and there it is on the screen.
It's on the screen. That beautiful,
Nice.
that beautiful 53. Yep. There's actually a gallery if you scroll down.
Yeah,
There's a
got it.
gallery.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. And that's typical Kindig work.
Yep.
He has a TV show on Motor Trend called Bitchin' Rides.
LSX in there?
And
It's a 12-cylinder.
it's a 12-cylinder car. Yeah. He squeezed in the 12-cylinder. It's owned by Dave and Tracy Maxwell. That's their 53
12-cylinder
Corvette.
What?
Completely hand-built car. It took 5 years to complete. 5 years. And here's the thing.
Well, of course.
They had to hide that car from everybody because if they're going to show it for the Riddler Award, they cannot announce it. They can't show it to anyone. It has to be unveiled at Autorama.
Wow.
Anyway, it's got sloping rear windows. It isn't nearly as elegant shape and proportion pulled off by Dave and his crew. In fact, the car is much sleeker and more stylish than Chevy's original design. Bears repeating, everything on this car is handmade. If that weren't enough, check out that the V12 engine under the hood, yes, 12 cylinders, would you expect to see 8, and they would say that thing rates about 1,000 horsepower.
I wonder what kind
For
of
that
engine.
little car.
I know it's a V12, but was it made by Chevy? Was it made by Dodge? Is it a Jaguar motor?
They didn't
Is it a
say.
Ferrari motor?
Ferrari motor?
But you can read more about it if you go to motortrend.com
Probably a Bugatti.
or go to hotrod.com. In fact, they have it as a top story as well at Hot Rod. And just look up Motor Trend. It'll be right at the top of the page. It's a
Nice looking car.
Yeah.
Cool
beautiful car.
We're car guys, and we don't even know what size engines in there.
Yeah.
Who made it?
Yeah. V12. That's great.
Yeah. So also we got another story. The new Dodge Charger came out, but what happened to the Challenger? They have dropped the Challenger this year. They're using the Charger nameplate, and what they've done is they've taken it from a 2-door to a 4-door. And so they're like, what's the point of...
Say that again? They're doing a Charger remake?
The Charger's been remade this year. You could get it in an EV, unfortunately.
Okay.
But also it's...
What's that?
Since 2005, it's been a 4-door sedan, but it's still available as a 4-door. But that's been overshadowed by its launch as an EV, which might count as a bad thing to anyone not excited about the 670 horsepower mid-range Charger Scat Pack. But regardless of what powers it, it now comes with a 2-door version.
That is
so
good.
lost among all this change, what happened to the Challenger? With every new Charger now available in 2-door form. So there was no specific reason to carry on the Challenger nameplate
Right.
so they're not going to have a Challenger anymore, which I think is a big mistake.
So
That's the
it.
car there?
That's the
That's the
Charger
car.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you said it was a 4-door.
No, now
No.
they just
No,
changed
now
it
it's-
from a
it's available
4-door
now
to
as
a
a-
2-door.
As a 4 or 2-door,
And that must be
depending
the
on what you
EV
want.
one, obviously.
That's the
Yeah,
EV
it
one,
is.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's because it is Okay.
I know.
It looks good. Why does it have so much grill then?
Are you drunk?
Yeah, it looks like a Camaro in the front a little bit.
Yeah, very much so.
That weird.
Yeah, it still kind of has a Challenger look on the front.
Yeah.
Just a little squared.
Yeah, I think so.
The ZL one looks like a little on the bumper on the bottom.
Right.
What's the emblem in the middle of it? Don't
It
even.
looks like but that's the new emblem for EV, I
Yeah, that's
guess.
the EV.
Yeah.
It looks like a
little electrical symbol.
I know the builder Joe Zolper. He used to do what's the show he did? He with Bruno Massi and they used to go to people's houses and read the cars.
Garage Squad.
Garage Squad. He said he wants to get one of those and just pull the EV out and just put a Hellcat engine in it.
Yeah, there
He
you go.
was talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
So I guess
So the Challenger
guys
is-
might do that because it's a two-door now, so
Right.
who knows?
So Challenger, as we know it today, is dead. There are no plans to bring it back, at least as a distinctive nameplate. So goodbye, Challenger. Again, Challenger came back in 2005, and now it's gone again. Oh, well.
We just need the Chevelle to come.
I always thought that the Challenger
would be
was the
nice.
best looking of the cars.
Yeah.
Well, they're making that kit car of the Chevelle.
Are they?
Yeah.
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 The
Oh.
same ones like the Trans Ams and all that stuff. It's kind of weird looking because it's so short and it's on the Camaro platform.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm surprised, a lot of these companies are making these EVs with Ford. They just shut a whole plant down
shut a whole
because
plant
they
down,
can't
yeah.
sell them. You know what I
Right.
mean? Nobody wants them.
No one's selling them.
Why would you even want to make the dang thing if nobody wants them?
Well, you're going to find out quick. They're going to find out quickly that these things aren't going
They're
to sell.
probably have
Too.
the same thing with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 670 horsepower. They call it a Scat Pack, but you know what a Scat Pack used to be. And this isn't a Scat Pack. Let's see. Wait a minute.
Singer sewing machine in first gear.
Charger 6-packs coming next year will offer a more traditional internal combustion alternative with a twin turbo inline sixes.
Right, because they killed the Hemi.
Right, with no Hemi V8. So it's lost among all this, the change and bluster is what happened to the Challenger. But anyway, there is a car, a gas-powered engine, a straight six, inline six, with twin turbos.
Yeah.
They're producing that?
Yeah,
That's what they're going to produce, yeah.
next year.
Next
Oh,
year.
really?
Yeah.
So not
this year.
doing an EV.
They're doing
There's
both.
an EV, they're doing both.
They're doing both.
Oh, I got
Doing
it.
both. So there you go.
Huh.
And I see you got no
different.
history.
I got no history.
So we're going right
Here's the
tech
thing.
talk.
Yesterday.
Auto history, I try to do it every week, but if it's not,
Nothing good?
if there's nothing that has to do with American cars,
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Okay.
I'm
Sounds
not
good.
reading off that the French put this car out on the road to the first production of a Citroen or something.
Right.
Just not doing it.
Great cars.
Not doing
Citron,
it.
huh?
Yeah. I'm not doing it anymore. They got the first stop sign in Great Britain was made today, and I'm not doing it.
I know the Elks and
So there
Vero,
was nothing good. So I'm not doing it. What are you going to say?
The Elks in Vero Beach on Father's Day has their big show all the time.
Right.
And there's always a guy who comes up with the Citron, and it's just a weird looking car.
Oh, it sure is.
You know?
It looks like a cockroach.
I don't know what it's a weird. You ever work on one of those, Todd?
Those are a car you want to stay away from.
Yeah.
What about the Avante? Have you worked on any of those?
Those are cars you want to stay
Another
away
one.
from.
I know you did a DeLorean.
What are you talking about, Willis? I don't know what you're talking about. No Vantes.
No Avantes.
Really?
I work on two of them.
Didn't you have? Yeah, you had like a red one up there, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, we
And
got
are
a
they
Revenant.
hard to work on? What
They're
and when
like a
they
Heinz
built by
variety,
Ford?
those cars.
What's the matter with
They're,
an
they're built
Avante?
by everything.
Built by everything.
They're
And what-
just terrible.
And what engines do they put in them? 350s or what?
Those 301s or something?
Yeah, with a
Whatever.
supercharger on. I work on one that's red with the black interior, and we got another one that's the burgundy with the white interior.
Right.
They're both supercharged. Yep, that's the one that
Okay.
Ding Dong found out the light switch, when their light switch ain't grounded right, you get shocked to death.
Oh, wow.
I was dying. He just kept touching the switch. Ow, ow, ow. I'm like, I couldn't
Well, it's
stop laughing. And he's like, what are you
do it the first time.
Yeah, it was like 5 or 6 times, and I was like, dude, you are an idiot, but this is some funny stuff. I said, thanks for the laugh.
You get a video of that one.
It's making sure that it's still getting a shock. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe you liked it.
Yeah.
So what do you got? Some tech talk?
Yeah, we got tech talk, plenty of tech talk.
All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
What the heck?
Dive in.
All right, here we go. This is a long question. Jeff in Melbourne says, Todd, looking at you,
That's
Todd.
me.
I have a 73 Le Mans. Way before I owned it, somebody pried the hood up on the driver's side edge with something like a crowbar. It has a bend that raises the edge up above the fender about a half inch, about 2/3 back. And another one, smaller one, about 1/3 back. Someone was trying to break into the engine compartment, I guess. Huh? Maybe steal the battery. Who knows?
Who the hell?
There are also half-inch rises where the same idiot did the same thing on the left side and the right leading edges of the same of the hood. Before I break out a hammer, is there any good strategy for getting the hood edges straight? I suppose I can't make it much worse.
Hey, buy a new hood.
That's a good way to do
It's the
it.
easy
dude.
way to do it.
I was going to answer
Well, the
that
thing
one.
about it's on the edge,
A good PDR guy.
Yeah, good PDR guy.
but the edges are reinforced.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
How are you going to bend those back?
sometimes, back in the day, I would take a 4x4 or a 2x4, go along and on the edge, and you support the front and the back. And if you got a kink in the middle, so sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's once you bend it there, it's weak there. It's always so when you go to close the hood, that's going to be the first place it
It's gonna
goes.
bend.
But
Right.
you can take a 2x4 and kind of set it on the edge of it, off the edge, and just kind of tap it a little bit to get it to go down.
Yeah.
And then you mud it up and paint it, but
But it'll always be weaker at that point.
yeah, once you kink the hood a little bit, it's always weak, and if you got some good strong hood hinges and springs, you go to
Right.
close,
Yeah,
it's
that's
gonna
when they
bend
bend. I've had a hood bend on me. I forget what car it was,
Yep.
but
If you put enough filler in it when you go to close it, it's going to pop it.
Yeah.
crack it, and you're back to square one.
No.
so 2x4. I wrote a hammer and dolly will work just fine. I think I got that. I actually looked
hammer and
it up.
the problem is if it's on the edge, how are you going to get a dolly in there to
True.
because
Because it's
you're
reinforced on the
bending the
edges.
hood up, so.
Right.
When you start beating the top of the hood, it's going to look like you done beat the thing with a sack of walnuts. You know what I
Right,
mean?
that's true.
You put a 2x4 on it, disperses the energy
Right.
on top
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whack it.
Perfect answer.
Pull it.
Man, I should be giving that. I'd take $10 for that one.
Here we go.
It's a trade secret. Don't use a 2x4.
We'll go on break. The last break, and then we'll do the
Yeah,
rest
let's
of
take
this.
one more break and we'll finish up this tech talk, and then we are out of here. Well, let's go do it. Let's go on break, Jesse. We'll be
Blaze
right
out.
back.
Hey, break it, man.
Have you ever wanted your carpets or area rugs cleaned, but you just didn't want to deal with the noise, the wet carpet, and that long dry time? And what happens to all that wet stuff underneath the carpet? Ew! Well, Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning solves all that with their guaranteed 1-hour dry time. Their low moisture process dries fast, smells great, and it's safe for your kids and pets too. And guess what? They also clean sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners. Heaven's Best serves all of Indian River County and Barefoot Bay. They're bonded and insured, and your results are guaranteed. Don't put it off any longer. Grab your phone and call Keith at Heaven's Best, 772-643-6999. You'll be thrilled with the results. 772-643-6999.
Supper, dinner, whatever you call it, Marsh Landing has perfected it. Come have a taste of what we've been making from scratch. Big heaping portions of Old Florida specialties, from frog legs to catfish, steaks, and homemade dessert. Enjoy supper or dinner at Marsh Landing Restaurant in Fellsmere.
Time to take on those spring projects. Sturgis has lumber, hardware, and paint supplies. There's no reason to go out west to the big box stores. Sturgis is at 4645 US 1 Bureau. Forget that traffic and shop local. Sturgis Lumber and Hardware. More than just lumber.
Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, including lots of slipcover styles from Universal Upholstery, Four Seasons, and Capri. We also have a gallery of Tommy Bahama and Lexington furniture designed for a relaxed approach to the finer things in life. And right now, all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and also visit our outlet and closeout store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine Furniture, stop on in today. Have a sunshine, sunshine, sunshine day.
Welcome back to Class Car Radio. We are doing Tech Talk right now, and if you get bored with Tech Talk, don't listen. Just change your radio station.
I thought you said TikTok.
No. I did not say TikTok.
Is that accent that you got going on?
No, I said Tech Talk.
All right.
He's got mumbo jumbo. What's going on? TikTok. You know what's on his mind.
Anyway.
Go ahead. What's the next one?
I don't know. I'm Chinese.
Go ahead. What's the next
TikTok.
one?
All right. Now I want fried rice. A guy up in Palm Bay says, "Hey guys, do any retail stores sell gold engine paint for my '71 Olds Cutlass? Just went to Napa and I struck out there. You can buy engine paint in so many places."
Yeah.
Well, I just looked real quick on the internet. Advanced Auto Parts has it.
It doesn't mean it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
It doesn't mean it's there, but I've been in there and I've seen some in there.
Try to find Oldsmobile Blue because everybody says they got it.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I just saw a show about that, and Oldsmobile Blue is very hard to get.
Yeah.
Really?
It's better. You're better off buying online because your chances are you're going to get what you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can get it from Eastwood.
Eastwood,
Yep.
yeah.
Eastwood's where I got ours. But you also got to watch out, too. Like, there's different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One says it's Oldsmobile Blue, and it's like the Oldsmobile
Ford
Blue
Blue
has a metallic in it.
Yeah.
And then one of the ones that it doesn't, and it's definitely wrong. So.
Right. Yeah, you got to have the metallic. I remember when I smashed up my 75 Trans Am, and I went to the body shop and had to get a door skin and a front fender, and they sprayed it and gave it back to me. I was a kid. I was 19 years old. And I took the car back, and they're like, "We'll get the decal for you." In a couple of weeks, I went back. They put the decal on it. Kept looking at that car. What is wrong? Why does it look so awful? But the whole car had like black metal flake in it, real fine,
Right.
But they sprayed just the colored silver on there.
Guy didn't clean his gun good enough from a
It was
paint job
horrible.
before.
It was just silver. They had the right silver, but they didn't have put the metal flake. They're just really fine black that was in it. But at the time I was a kid. I'm like, well, I guess I shouldn't have smashed up the door in them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Wow, you're the kind of customer body shops like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was a kid. I didn't know.
Yeah, I had one of those come in the other day from another body shop. It was metallic on one side and straight black on the other side.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
I was like, bring that black.
That's what I got. That's what I got. It's just, you could see it on the fender, and then the hood was beautiful, and then the left front fender was horrible.
That's how this car was.
Just terrible. They just didn't. They didn't know back then. I guess I don't know. Anyway, Advance has it, guy.
You just got to go.
I had an Oldsmobile. My engine was my 455 was gold, and I remember buying that paint at a Napa.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and I touched up that engine. I remember it.
You can't
very
walk
well.
into half the auto parts stores and buy parts that you could buy anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Van in
Fort Pierce,
down in Fort Pierce, says, I ordered identical to the original lug nuts for my 71 Chevelle 454 SS to replace the aftermarket wheels and wheel nuts. They are two-piece, and after installing the outer shell, they fell off several times. Were the originals one or two-piece? Thanks.
What?
Yeah, I know. I
lug nuts,
remember
were they
those.
2 pieces?
I remember those.
The lug nuts with the chrome caps.
Yeah,
The caps
but
that went over them.
They're fixed on it.
Yeah, they are fixed, but when you buy them aftermarket, maybe you got to snap them into place or something.
I don't know.
No, they always fall
The
off.
originals are standard lug nut.
Come loose, and come off. Yeah.
Chrysler's real bad for that. It'd be a 19 lug nut and then the cap falls off. It's an 18.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is get you some real gorillas. The gorilla lug nuts, they're solid.
Yeah.
You want to do that.
Right.
Solid.
I had those on my GTO, my 72. I took them off and I just bought chrome lug nuts.
Yeah.
They look much better
Those
anyway.
chrome cap ones suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't. They were solid, heavy duty.
Get a flat on the side of the road, you can never get them off.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
They actually make sockets, so like the Chryslers, 19 and a half and 21 and a half.
Oh, really?
The stupid chrome caps. Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Unreal.
So that's
And
it.
then
That's what
Ford
you got to
does
do.
Well, there's your answer.
Yeah.
But this is a Chevy, so if I were you, I'd just get solid lug nuts. The nice looking chrome lug nuts. 7/16 thread,
Get
right?
you some gorilla nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real nuts.
Yep. You just told a funny joke to the farmer over here. He likes the animal jokes.
It's going to be a long question, the next one.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go. Dave from the internet says mechanics for older cars are few in my area. I thought I had found one that knew a lot, but he spelled new wrong. But let him switch up to my point. Let him switch out my points distributor for an HEI in my 71 Cutlass. Switch for a Petronix.
Petronix.
I thought it was
Yeah,
Petronix.
with the built-on coil,
Yeah, with the built-on coil. Switched out the wires with 8mm wires. Now my radio is not getting any power at all at any time. The guy did not know. The guy that did the switch says he has no clue what happened. You guys got any idea?
Oh, well,
First of all,
had
an HEI or no, he had points.
Okay.
And he said he got an HEI, and then he mentioned Petronix, so he's got one or the other. He doesn't have HEI
Right.
and Petronix, so he's got we don't know which one he has.
He did a points conversion. I've done them.
Right.
So, the radio don't work?
Yeah, not a radio.
Yeah.
He might have touched something.
Yeah, he's got something.
And there's a fuse in the back
Probably
of the
burnt a fuse, yeah.
back of the radio.
And most of them, though, you need to change a coil.
Really?
Yeah, I had one that it fought me. I tried to figure out what in the heck is wrong with this dang thing.
Yeah, the coil don't give out enough.
Yeah, you got to get a high output coil.
But do you remember
And it
putting in
worked like a
radios?
champ.
Do they still do
My
that?
nightmare Corvette.
Do you remember this? Remember when you bought an aftermarket radio and you put it in your car? It always had an inline fuse somewhere, a little
They still have
plastic
them,
white thing.
Yeah.
They still
They
do
still
that?
have 'em, yeah.
So that might be his problem too, that inline, find
That's
that
what I just
inline
said.
fuse. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
well,
said.
that's what
The
brought
fuse
me,
behind the
made me
radio,
think of
yeah.
that. Yes, yes. Thank you.
He might have hooked a wire into something, backfed it, and popped the fuse.
Pop the fuse, yeah.
Right, exactly.
Or
yeah.
it could be like, some guys, they used to put the old noise suppressors for the condensers for the radio so you don't get the whine.
Right,
You might have left something off.
Yeah,
That could be too. Yeah.
could have done that,
Give it a shot.
All right, there you go.
It's possible.
All right, Todd, Chuck in Port St. Lucie says, I can't find a good answer online. What is cut and buff on a new paint job? Is it really necessary for a driver? This is a street strip beater, not a show car, but even
Depends
a
on
Wowzer
your
driver, not
expectations.
even a Wowzer driver, but it's a really pretty color other than primer, and I'd like to. My budget is kind of low for a base coat clear coat, so he wants to know if he could use $100 gallon Cricker paint and do his own cut and buff on it.
That should be Kirker.
Kirker paint.
Kirker.
I was like, wow.
Kirker. I'm sorry, I misread that.
Answer
It's
this
Kirker.
one quick.
Yeah, we had him.
Look, if you
we got 30 seconds.
If you're paying to have a nice paint job, and you're gonna have it cut and buff, but if you don't mind running around in a cheap paint job, then don't worry about cutting and buff it.
There you go.
But
That'll
even
work.
if he does, wouldn't you cut and buff anyway? Even if you did a cheap one, just to make it look a little
No.
bit better.
I'm not wasting my time.
No, him though, wouldn't he do it?
Sure, go ahead.
Could he cut and
That's
buff
up
it
to
on his
him.
own, right?
Yeah, he could
Some
do
learn
it.
how to do
Some
it.
people
It
don't
really
mind it.
depends on the paint. If it's a
Just don't
single
burn
stage
those
paint,
edges, man.
if it's single stage paint with metallic in it, you're not going to do it. If it's
Right.
a base coat, clear coat, then you can do it.
But then
Okay.
you get people like Todd that can just lay it down like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
Don't forget to listen to us on the radio every Saturday on WAXE. WAXE, we're done. Thank you. WAXE 107.9 FM. We are Classic Car Radio. We are out of here.
And we'll see you at some car shows this weekend.
Nanu.
Nanu.
Yeah,
There
hit
you
some
go.
car shows, will you?
We're out of here.
Yeah.